Now tell the examiner how you will enter the vehicle by using 3 points of contact. Now enter the vehicle using 3 points of contact. While sitting in the driver's seat, put the seatbelt on and lock it and say, the seatbelt and the seat properly locks and the seatbelt is not frayed. Now point to your mirrors and say that they are adjusted for me. Now hold on to your steering wheel and say the steering has no more than 2 inches of play. Then turn the key on and say I am using the safe start to turn the truck on. Point to the ABS lights on the dashboard and say the ABS lights went out and that they properly works. Now turn on the truck. Turn on the windshield wipers and say that the windshield wipers are flush to the windshield. Spray the fluids on the windshield to show that the wipers are flush to the windshield. Now blow the city and air horn and say that they properly work. Now turn on your left and right turning signals indicator, four-way flashers, and high beams indicator, and say that they all properly work. Now inspect your gauges. Start with your water gauge. Rises when the vehicle warms up, and if it reaches the highest number, number, I will put my vehicle out of service. Oil gauge should read between 5 and 20 psi when idle. Tactometer, tack meter, speed meter properly works. Voltmeter should read between 12 and 14. Fuel gauge should read between half to full. And air gauges should reach the governor cutout rate. Now turn on the defrost and the floor defrost. Now turn on the defrost and floor defrost. Vents to fill up to top and underneath the vents to show that they properly work. Now turn on the vents that blow. Now turn on the vents that blow on you and fill the vents and to show that they properly works. Okay, the book is reading it. The book is wording it wrong, but turn on the defrost and the floor defrost and put your hand over the vent. Put your hand over the vent to fill and underneath to fill to show that they properly works. That's all it's saying. Point to the air pressure gauge and say, now I am ready to perform the air and the brake test. Say, the first thing I will do is push in the parking brake valve and push the truck into drive to tug against the trailer brake valve. Now do it and say that the trailer brake held up and it properly works. Now say I will pull the parking brake valve out and push the trailer brake valve in and tug against the parking brake valve. Now do it and say that the parking brake properly works. Pull the trailer brake valve out and push the truck into neutral and say how you will perform the service brake test. Say, now notice that my foot is not on the service brake pedal. Now explain explain the service brake test. Say I will put my vehicle in drive 5 miles per hour forward and the vehicle should not pull to the left or right with no unusual feel. Now put 3 fingers up and say I'm going to 1 turn turn the truck off. 2, turn the key on so that the dash lights up. 3, push in the parking and trailer brake valves. Now do it. Now say before you do. Now I'm going to hold my service. Now I'm going to hold my service brake pedal down for 1 minute, and I should not lose no more than 4 psi for Class A. Now do it. After 60 seconds is up, say I did not lose no more than 4 psi. Now say and do. I am going to fan my brakes down to 60 psi. When I reach 60 psi, my low air pressure buzzer and indicator should come on, which means that it properly works. And then I will continue to fan my brakes down to 40 to 20 psi, and my parking/trailer brake valves should pop out, which means that they properly work. Now say my air and brake test. Now say my air test and my pre-trip inspection test is completed. Then turn the key off and remove the key.